Okay. Hello, hello. There's currently no one here at the moment, but that's alright. I'm just gonna get started. Seemed pretty chill today anyway. Let's see. Do I still have that one thing? Hang on. Until anyone shows up, should I put this up? Yeah, let's do that for now, until some people show up. There we go. And... oh my goodness, how did I forgot my mic was muted! Hello, hello, hello! Okay, let me try that again. Hello, Slime, and hello, Ishanzuki. I hope I'm saying your name right. Let me get rid of this. I just saw there wasn't anyone in chat. I was like, okay, I'll just mute my mic until some people show up. And boop! Oh, did I not say it right? I'm sorry. I'm kind of illiterate. I apologize. I honestly don't know how to say that name. Is it okay if I just call you Suki? Let's see. Okay, so if you guys don't know what this stream is going to be about, first of all, hello, hello. Let's see. It's okay? Okay, Suki. Okay, thank you. Again, I'm kind of illiterate. If you guys don't know what this stream is going to be about, I'm going to be drawing some Pokemon fusions. And if you don't know what that is, it's just taking two different Pokemon and drawing like a fusion version of it. Now, I thought the best way for me to do this to get started anyway is I currently have a website up on a tab here. You can't see it on screen. Called, let's see, fusiondex.org. And it's essentially just where they keep all the sprites for the game Pokemon Infinite Fusion. And I figured I could start by just taking one of those sprites and then drawing it as like a warm-up. Because what I'd like to do is try to come up with like my own fusion. But I figured I might need a little something to kind of start with. Slime says, so obvious fusion for you, Starmie and Jirachi. Yes! But I don't know if I want to start that right now or start with something else to kind of... So how about this? You guys in chat right now, name your favorite Pokemon and I'm gonna look it up on the website and draw whatever I find. There's different types of sprites they put on that site, so I will have something to choose from. I don't have it up on screen because I already have enough windows and tabs open on my computer. Golurk. Okay. Slime, because you posted that first, that will be the head, because that's how they do it in the game. They take the head of the Pokemon and then, like, let's see, and then they take quote-unquote the body, but then they got like, artists to make custom sprites. Zuki, if you can hear me, what Pokemon? An Eevee, okay. Golurk and Eevee, let's see what comes up here. Oh, that's a nice one. I'm gonna screen cap this. Hold on. At some point in the future, I would like to get a third monitor. The only reason I haven't gotten one is mainly because my desk is currently way too small to have a third monitor. I'd have to get a whole new desk. Alright. We're gonna just save that on the desktop. Okay. Hold on just a moment. And I'm gonna bring that into my Clip Studio here. Look at this sprite. See, like they take the quote-unquote head is like the main body of the Pokemon, and then the second part is like the secondary part of it. So, I mean, this is literally just if you took Eevee and put them together. It's very cute. Like it's like mostly Eevee. If I come up with anything, any kind of idea, I'll try to add or change something, because this is going to be more just like a reference. Okay, give me just a second. Now, again, I want to be clear. I'm getting these sprites off this. Let's see, what's the name of the site again? I want to make sure I get it right. The website is called fusiondex.org. So if you guys want to check it out yourselves, that's where they keep all the sprites for the game Pokemon Infinite Fusion, the fan game that I've played a few times on stream. So I would recommend going there and looking up some of the artwork that they have on there, because some of them are just really, really good. Let's see. Make the eyes more like Golurk, I'd suggest. Okay, I'll have to look up a picture of Golurk, because I can't remember that off the bat. One moment. Let's see. Golurk Pokemon. Whoopa. I am definitely gonna have to get a third monitor at some point. Let's see. Do you have anything? Oh, okay, the eyes are like, they look like Tetris blocks. Alright. Let's see. One other thing I'd like to do one of these days is try to, like... I want to say also in advance, I apologize for being on a massive Pokemon kick. But it's just one of those things where... Pokemon was one of those things that I grew up with, you know? Growing up, I was a very, very shy kid growing up, you know? And Pokemon was just one of those things I really enjoyed. So, it's just something that's really been, like, majorly part of my childhood, you know? And even as an adult... KaStar-chan? That sounds odd, but thank you. Alrighty. But I was gonna say, I apologize that I've just been so into Pokemon lately. And I will say this, as soon as I get a capture card, which, I might as well just plug it really quick. The, bar you see on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen is a goal that I set up to help, go towards a capture card. So I can play games on my Switch and my PS5. And the very first thing I want to do when I get that capture card is do a Nuzlocke run of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. So if you guys are interested in that, and you are willing and able, you can help out with that. The card I'm looking at is like $200, so if you guys can help with half of that, I can pitch in for the other half. I figured that would be the, like, most fair thing. Good morning, I just woke up. Hello, Killer Muffin 2018. I like your username. KaStar, can you say hi? Hi! Alright, so... Let's see, the eyes on this thing are just like little Tetris blocks. Okay, that's easy. Oh. I can't speak Japanese. I wish I could mimic like the Gen 1 style art for Pokemon. Because I love that art style. Because you can tell it was made like with traditional mediums. Killer Muffin says thank you. I made it up when I was smart. Okay. Say it in English. I don't know what that is in English. I don't speak Japanese. Hello, Raven. Did I come late? No, I just started. You're fine. We're good. It's all good. Yeah, I'm gonna add like some detail here that... I mean, the sprite work for this thing is really good. You can't, for anyone that just came to the stream, I'm going by this sprite art here. Let me put it up on screen. The artist that did this, let me see. The artist that did this sprite work is named just_A_cat. But yeah, I figured like any art that I draw that is going to be based on these sprites, I definitely need to make sure that I credit these artists because the design is not going to be mine. So, Suki says, I'm trying to do the AI scream trend. I don't know what that is, but Suki, I'm gonna be 100% honest. If that has something to do with, like, making an AI voice of me or something, I do not consent. I don't know what that is. When an amazing sprite is made by a cat. I guess so. But yeah, I am not a fan of AI, especially AI generated, like, voices. That's messed up. Let's see. Okay, I need to move my keyboard over here. There we go. Hey. Lumpy Touch has some insane sprite for some fusions. So I'll have to look up that name. Lumpy Touch. I wonder if I've seen any of those sprites. Suki says the AI scream trend is supposed to be people saying their favorite ice cream flavors, not AI people, real people. Why is it called AI scream trend? Why is it called the AI scream then? Is that a TikTok thing? I don't use TikTok. I don't use TikTok for personal reasons. But I have never heard that. Never. I want to change where the direction of that face is, because that's not working for me. It's YouTube and TikTok. I haven't seen it on YouTube, and I watch a lot of YouTube, but I've been watching a lot of Pokemon stuff lately, so that might be why I haven't seen it on YouTube. Raven says he was well known for making the Gorefield pics. Oh, that! Okay, I have seen his artwork then. Yeah, that shit was awesome. Shit's fire. Okay, this is actually this fusion of an Eevee and a Golurk would probably be more stony looking, right? So maybe like more like jagged edges, or maybe like certain parts of the Eevee would be like jagged. Maybe instead of just like this, maybe. Eyes would be a lot smaller than that. Eevee has a very big forehead. Stone spheres, I'd suggest, just like the OG Golurk. Let me take a look here. I probably should have a picture of Golurk on here too. I closed that tab. Okay, Golurk. Enter. Golurk. Oh yeah, he's got like his body is just okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let me get a screenshot of this so I can have it in my thing here. There we go. And save. If I had a separate monitor, this would be so much easier. I'm just gonna have to invest in another another like a longer desk. That's the word. Raven says, speaking of AI, I saw a lot of YouTube shorts, a lot of misinformation of mythology. I don't know. Well, I have also heard. Tell me if you guys heard about this, but apparently, YouTube currently has like an AI feature where it like creates its own artwork for shorts or something. I don't know what the exact details are, but I hear it's just absolute trash. It's like garbo. It's like ew, 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 ew. You can tell it's so fake. And as somebody that would rather just draw their own stuff, or like if I had the money and I didn't have the time but I had the money, I would like commission somebody. I see that and I'm like, oh, it's like, oh, I think I just got sick a little in my mouth, you know? I hate that YouTube's been showing an AI filter over some videos. Oh, really? Jesus. I hope I'm getting this. I hope I'm getting the body right here. Killer Muffin says, I watched the Michael Jackson short and the AI filter was messing up his face and he looked like a decaying zombie. That's both scary and really disrespectful to Michael Jackson. The whole AI thing is so dumb to me, because when you stop and think about it, AI is only good because it's fed like information that is created by humans, and then it just combines that information to come up with something quote unquote new. But what happens when that information runs out? What happens when it no longer can get that type of input? It starts cannibalizing itself initially, right? Also, I don't remember what Eevee's body shape looks like. Hold on. Like, I usually see it with it standing on all fours of its feet. Hold on just a second. I currently cannot see the chats. I'm on another tab here, so if you ask me any questions, just give me a second here. So, like, we're going with the boulder motif. His legs are actually like this. Hey, he's like, kind of like, that maybe? Alright, that's a good start. Alright, going back to chat. Alright. Let's change this ear a little bit. Maybe like that. Hey, what about that goat? Let's see. Oh yeah, there's like little diamonds on Golurk's design. Gogurt! Oh, it looks so cute. Thank you. Like, yeah, like this. Kind of like, square up the paws. That maybe? Ugh. Slime says, ah, yes, my favorite product. Go Gurk. I mean, that would be a pretty funny, that'd be a pretty funny nickname for that Pokemon, in my opinion. Okay. Let's see, those little... Oh, they're like cracks. Okay, that's cool. Okay. Oh, and there's like little ornaments on his... Okay, I like that. Alright, let me... Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. What was the fusion's name? Oh, good question! Hold on, let me look. The fusion's name for this is... Golovy. That's cute. Yeah, it's Golovy. Alright. Where's that? There it is. Oh wait, I don't want to move the canvas. I want to move the sketch. There. Glola B? No, it's with a V. It's with a V. It's G-O-L... Let me go back to the tab here. It's G-O-L-U-V-E-E. That's how it's spelled. Which, was that... Hold up. Was that how you said it? Yeah. Alright, and put up there. Put another level. Let's see. Do I want to use the texture pen for this, or... hold on a second. Da 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 da. Yeah, we'll go with the texture pen. That's the one I'm used to using. Raven says, yeah, they said that I should try to look at Milk Tank or Mr. Mime Fusion since it's spooky month. I could do that. I don't know if I'd want to draw what I get, though. I have seen some of their fusions. Although, oddly enough, no, wait, I'm thinking of Jinx. But yeah, Mr. Mime and Milk Tank come up with, like, interesting fusions, to say the least. There. Try to keep that rocky look. I wonder what, Zuki says, I wonder what Pikachu would look like if it was a Halloween costume. I mean, that... I don't know what you mean by that, but there are Pikachu Halloween costumes. Also, hi, my cat just came into the room again. Buddy, I can't hold you right now. I can't do this while holding you. I apologize. I feel like every single stream, my cat just decides to come in and be like, hey, what are you doing? Hmm. Ow, ow, claws, claws. What happens if Pikachu got a Halloween costume? There's like literal plushies of Pikachu in a Halloween costume. Also, hold on, buddy, I'm really sorry. I can't hold you right now, okay? I'm sorry. You know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna go give my cat some catnip or something to distract them. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Cats love catnip. Yep. It's just the thing is, like, whenever I'm home, I do my streams on my days off, right? So whenever I'm home, my cat's like, I want you to spend most of your time here, like, right here with me. Like, love me, love me. And I do make sure I give him attention before I do these streams, but it's never enough. Don't get me wrong, I love the little guy. Eh. I just realized something. It's really weird to see Eevee like as a fusion because it looks kind of like an evolution, but it's not. Killer Muffin says, "Dude, that cat is gonna be jumping on the walls and knocking over water barrels." Here's the funny thing: catnip does not. That's not how catnip affects my cat. It just chills him out. It's kind of like me with coffee. Hold on, I got a cough. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Slime says instead of an evolution, it's an evolution. I would absolutely love to see a future Pokemon game where Pokemon Fusion becomes a thing, but I don't think it could happen in a mainline game, because how on earth would you, like, balance something like that, right? How would you balance a game like that? It would have to be a spin-off game with, like, its own unique mechanic. But my god, I would love to see it. Let me look at the sprite here. How do I incorporate those little bangle things? But I feel like the only way a Pokemon evolution game, like an official one, would be able to come out is they would have to be very limited to the Pokemon you could use. Because with the amount of Pokemon that currently exist versus the amount of fusions that are possible, it would just be way too much. It would literally be impossible for a game to have every single fusion, like a mainline Pokemon game, you know? At least in the current style. Killer Muffin says, when I was younger, I had 2 cats and they were overly clingy. One of the cats was overprotective of me while the other was just clingy. I lost the other cat, but I still have the other one. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but no, I grew up with a lot of cats and I know exactly what you mean. Some cats are just very, very clingy to their owners. Okay. I did it like this. No, those are bands. Yeah. Oh wait, what if I did this and then draw over it? Yeah. Start with the... Oh my god. Killer Muffin says, by the way, the lost cat didn't die. Someone who lives by us took him. My parents have a horrible history of their cats being taken away. Wait, so they just kidnapped their cats and your parents didn't do anything about it? That's effed up. What the hell? No, that's messed up. That's literally theft. Yeah, Slime's right. That's evil. Slime says on a different note, what do you think of the Sonic series? I used to be into Sonic when I was a kid, and I'm not anymore. The Sonic fandom, no, low-key kind of scares me. I also haven't touched a Sonic game in literal years. I feel like I wouldn't be very good at them now. I really want to find some more music to play for these, like, Pokemon-themed streams. The problem is, this is literally the only lo-fi, like, music I could find that is not gonna get me, like, attacked by Nintendo. Because for some reason, Nintendo is so protective of the property. Like, they treat every single instance as if it's, like, the end of the world. Okay, let's... that. And... right, it's just a round bangle, so... Suki says, wow, Steak is supposed to be streaming right now. I don't know who Steak is. I mean, if you want to go see whoever that is, be my guest. You guys are not like forced to stay here if there's like a different streamer you want to watch. And believe me, I know that feeling. The streamers that I watch, sometimes their streams happen at the same time, and then I'm like, oh man, which one should I watch? Because, you know, you want to be there, like, live in case something funny or really cool happens. I get that feeling. Steak is a Roblox YouTuber and streamer. Oh, okay, I see. Slime says, the day Nintendo stops being so clingy to its IP is gonna be a good day. Slime, I highly doubt that's gonna happen. Nintendo is, like, stupid rich. So. And Slime also says, I'll be watching the Fiznom stream. What is Fiznom streaming today? I forgot. Also, that guy is going to be absolutely burnt out by the end of this month. He might have to take a break. I don't know much about Roblox. I do know there's some people that watch my streams that have been trying to get me to play Roblox, but honestly, one, I'm not interested, and two, there's already enough things that I'm hyper fixated on at the moment. Killer Muffin says, BRB, I want to watch a cat video. Be my guest. I love cat videos. Whoops. Raven says, this numb doesn't watch Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. I saw that stream. I laughed so goddamn hard. I loved that bit. I love the streams with Fiznom and Postra because I love the bits they get into. I like the synergy those two have when they do streams. That shit's entertaining as hell. Also, like, if you've never seen, like, the, what was it? It was a stream where Fiznom played the RE2 remake, and if you guys don't know about that, there's one particular part in that stream where I think that's where, like, the quote-unquote, it's not real. Like, Fiznom and Postra kind of have this back and forth sort of, the way Fiznom put it was like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck kind of vibe. And I feel like that, there's a moment in that particular stream where that started. If you know, you know. It has something to do with a giant crocodile. Postra and Fiznom just make a good comedic duo. They just bounce off each other really well. That's why I think the streams with either, it doesn't matter whether it's a Fiznom stream or a Postra stream, they just bounce off really well, and it's really entertaining. That's why I love watching both their channels, honestly. Raven says, unfortunately I dislike Fiznom. Hey, that's fine. There's people that don't like Fiznom and they still watch his shit. Alright. Alright, we gotta do the tail. This is turning out super cute. I like this. Excuse me? Oh. My cat's back. Nobody. If you're wondering why I don't just put my cat in a room, I live in a very small apartment, and the only other room that... I mean, I guess if I really had to, I could put him in my bedroom, but... honestly, that just feels mean. But I guess if it was a last resort, I could do that. I don't like having to, like, say, sorry, buddy, I can't stop what I'm doing and give you attention, which, honestly, that's kind of how you get spoiled pets. Yes, hi, buddy, I see you. Hello, yes, I love you, too. Yes, love you. I wish there was a spot on my desk that my cat could just hang out, but, like, actually, that'll be something I'll have to keep in mind the next time I do get a new desk. Ow. Ow, that's claws. Stop. Where'd you go? Raven, I know what you're talking about, but that's literally old news. Like, let's not bring that stuff up right now. A cat tree next to the desk? Here's the funny thing. It's funny you mentioned that, Slime. I do have a cat tree I bought for my cat, and he refuses to use it. So I don't think that would work. He just wants to be near me. Like, physically. He wants to be on my lap. Alright. Okay, so how does Go-Gurts... They just look like lightning strikes. Alright. No, no, buddy, stop. You are the tree. Ow, ow, ow. Yep, just as you said that. He's trying to climb on my... You. I kind of wish I don't ever plan on using a cam, like a webcam, but if you guys could see this right now, he's like right in my face. Hi, buddy. I don't think I can do this with you on my lap. You're just you're too much of cat. Okay. Fine. I'll try to manage this. You're lucky I love you. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I won't be able to hold you like this for long, but if this is gonna satisfy you, then okay. Okay. Once again, I give in to my cats. I'm a true cat owner. Killer Muffin says, my cat just knocks at the door while I'm sleeping sometimes. Oh, God. I can't keep my bedroom door closed because, my cat's water fountain and a litter box is in there. There's no other place to put it. Like, that wouldn't be a problem. So I couldn't do that at night. That's why I always make sure my cat has enough food during the night so he doesn't bug me. But let me tell you, there's some nights where he just does it anyway because he just feels like it. Yes, I'm talking about you. He's looking at me like, huh? Like, huh? Let's see. There doesn't seem to be any other lightning. What about... There is like some rusty looking stuff on the tail? Or is that just shadow? I think that's just shadow. Okay. Killer Muffin. Huh? Oh, like they're like Tetris blocks. Suki says, I low-key hear an ice cream truck right now. Go get that ice cream! Chase it down! No, not literally, but... Aww. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. Look at him. I'm gonna draw like the little swirly thing here on its chest with a different color that will... Actually, I should do that with all of like the yellow parts, so... The baby! Alright. I like to do a gray background. It kind of helps me see what the colors look like. Alright. No? Yeah. Okay. Okay, and flip. Dump paint. Okay. Suki says, when you said chase it down, I thought you meant that I should chase it and yell, I want ice cream, slow down. But I indeed got ice cream. I was jokingly saying that, yes. Not seriously, jokingly. But if you did get ice cream, then, awesome. Good job. Slime says, Uber, would probably be very heavy, but it's clay. I don't know, clay can be pretty heavy, especially when it's, like, dry. It could be solid. I mean, I would imagine this fusion would be, like, literally solid as a rock. Hang on, Seymour, I can't move my hand. Your head is on my hand. That's my drawing hand. Baby. God damn it. Move. Here, just flop over my leg. There. Okay. There you go. Ay. Move you up here and move that. Ravencrow asks, what brand of ice cream you have over there? Oh, that's a question for, Suki. Sorry. Is this a line? Oh, okay. I wish I could play whatever Pokemon music I want, because there's some really nice, like, Pokemon music from the games. Okay. Yeah, Suki, Raven asked what brand of ice cream you have. Wait, nope, that's the wrong. Let's, too much? Nope, that's fine. Oh, now you want to get down. Okay. Thank you. I've been freed from the cat. Alright. Whoa. Hold on, adjusting my mic. There. Alrighty. Da 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 da. Should have put a line around here, because I'm looking at the Golurk, and there's actually like a really thin darker yellow around there. Let's see if I can do that. Is that the right shade? Let me try that again. There we go, that's better. Let's see if I can mimic. Well, I could do it on the ears. Yeah. I'm sure Raven will get back to you, Suki. Slime says, also want to thank you for indirectly getting me back into making Crypt of the Necro Dancer sprites. Oh, well, you're welcome. I really need to play more of that game. The thing is, though, is like, the game is fun, but man, do I suck at it. But I do want to do another stream for that game because of the custom sprite you made, Slime. I feel like if I don't do that, it would be, yeah. I didn't even know you could make custom sprites in that game. Alright. Aw, look at this baby! Oh, and I missed a spot in the eyes. That's gonna bug me. Hold on. Your baby! Now, he has a black nose in the sprite, but I'm gonna take a little bit of liberty here and color that to this. This look weird? No, that actually, I like that. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. Bop. And dip. Whoops, wrong color. Up. Ah. Okay. Ready? Let's see. Darker brown there. Add some more of the shadows, okay. Oh, and the little tuft of fur, and then I have to see if I can think about this swirl. Slime says, since making that custom character for you, I've made 4 of my OC's playable skins with a 5th in the works. That's awesome! That is awesome! Man, I wish I had, like... My energy for doing, like, side projects and stuff has diminished a lot, but that's because I'm just getting old! Raven asks, have you tried Ben & Jerry's? Yes, I actually like Ben & Jerry's ice cream. It's just really expensive, so I don't get it very often, only as like a treat. Okay. Let's do, whoops, this, and then invert, and then band? Okay, yeah, I think that works. Whoops, no it does not. Shit. No, you know what, we're just gonna keep it like that. Not very noticeable. Right? Alright, now let's just add some... Slime says, loving the fusion drawing, by the way. You've added so much adorable charm to it. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I wonder, like, in a different life or reality, I would just be like a Pokemon streamer. Which I know that would be, like, very limiting. But at the same time, I just fucking love Pokemon. I mean, I've been watching a lot of like Pokemon YouTubers, and like some of them are a lot of fun, but I would imagine it's a lot of work to keep that up. Because you'd probably have to come up with a lot of different ideas. Like, and you're limited to just one franchise, so. Slime says, would a fusion of Starmie and Smeargle just be Aster? No. Because, well, first of all, it depends on what would be the first Pokemon in the fusion, what would be the second. If it was Starmie and Aster, it would definitely have the body shape similar to Starmie. Gosh, I would have to think about that, but no, it would not result in Aster. Let's see. Raven says, KaStar, have you seen your cat doing weird things? My friend from North California one time had a horde of black cats in their neighborhood. I mean, as long as you're not suspicious, you know, superstitious, I mean, then I don't see anything weird about that. But if you are superstitious, then damn, that sucks. I mean, outdoor cats tend, like, stray outdoor cats, they tend to, like, just kind of stick together. Some of them do fight for territory, but some of them could also just be, like, the result of a mother cat with her babies that have grown up. Okay. No. Maybe if I do this? No, it doesn't work either. Okay. Slime says, my family has a trend of naming our outdoor cats after Greek goddesses. We have Selena, what's that one? Athena, and if we have another one, I'd want it to be named Nyx. I like that. That's cool. Okay. I just realized something too, like the color of this Eevee's like chest for like the line on it in the sprite is different colored, so I think I might do that. No. Wait, am I? Ah, shite. I'm coloring in the wrong. Ah, no, I'm coloring in the wrong layer. Damn it. Hold on. God, I hate it when I do that. Okay. Alright, and add. I'm back. Welcome back, Suki. Let's see. Let's see if we can get different colors for this fur. I like that. I want to see what that looks like. Let me adjust that, make it a little lighter. I know, buddy. My cat's crying again. Hi, little man. I'm sorry. You got so upset with me when I had to get up and I'm like, hey, I gotta start my stream in like 30 minutes, and you just looked at me and were like, how dare you? Because he was on my lap. I actually like that. That looks cool. It's not exactly like the sprite, but it does make it look like that the rock is glowing. I mean, Golurk is a ghost type, so maybe some of that sort of element kind of like went into this Eevee. The outline color makes it look like the neck tuft is crystal. Yeah, I like that, actually. Now, I think there's just one more thing I need to do, and I need to color the lines in the little metal slash rust bits. I'm not sure what this is. I love like drawing things with colored lines because the shit just makes it pop. Okay, Zuki, says, KaStar, what are you being for Halloween? I'm too old to celebrate Halloween, dude. I've gotten to that point in my age where it's like, I just want to stay home and eat candy if I can. And I say if I can because I think I gotta work on Halloween, which sucks. But what are you gonna do? I need the paycheck. Yeah, no, Zuki, I'm an old fart, okay? Like, I'm too old to do anything for Halloween. Okay. Should I add some highlights to this? Or should I leave? Actually, let me try something. Let me just... Yeah, let me cook, as the kids say. There is a little bit of light on Golurk, but I don't know if it will work for this. Right, how about soft light? No. Lighter color, maybe? No, it's more like a whitish color. Let's see. Golurk has... It's very faint on the official artwork. So maybe... Oh, hi, boy. I'm old. Gerson Boom. Yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm old. Let's see. Man, I'm torn. Like, I really want to add, like, some kind of shading to this, but or not shading, but some, like, highlights, but I don't know what would look okay. This might be too much. Let's see. Maybe? Hold on. Let me try something here. Wait a minute. What if I just did this? That's a little too much. This. Then maybe... No, I think I'm overcomplicating it. I'm gonna keep it like that. Alright, that's the first one. A fusion between Eevee and Golurk. I'd say the highlights are pretty good. Honestly, it's just... I think it's because I added shading with, like, a solid color. Actually, wait, hold the phone. Hold the phone. Let me try this. This is a different... This is something I used to do a lot with my art. I wonder how it would look with this. Because it is like, it has a very solid look to it because it's rock. And I imagine because, like, it maybe a fusion of this, Eevee fusion like this would probably inherit the same typing as Golurk. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Here? Okay, I'm gonna have to put a filter on this one. Oh, okay. That looks cool, actually. That changed the color. Oh, damn, I like that. I did not intend that. I like that, though. What is that gonna look like on the chest, like, chest top here? Yeah, that's a little much of the same color. What if we just really make that, like, a bright white? Oh! Oh, baby. Yeah, I like that! Jeez, if I was given way more time for this, I would, like, really spruce this up and make it look like a crystal. That would look friggin' cool, but yeah, like, if I really took this seriously and wanted that to look like an actual crystal, I could do something with that. But I'm gonna stop right there, because otherwise I'm just gonna be spending way too much time. But yeah, that is an Eevee and Golurk fusion. The design itself is based on an artist called just_a_cat. And while I'm on this site, I want to see what other artwork they did. Oh my god! What the hell fusion is that? Hold on. What is that? Hold on, I gotta show this on stream. Give me a moment. I gotta clip this. Or screenshot this, I mean. What is that? This is... Okay, I'm gonna close these two things out. This is by the same artist? It's a Starmie fused with one of the fossil Pokemon, but I don't remember the name of it. Look at this thing! It's just... It looks like somebody ripped off the crystal on Starmie and just placed it on a little purple blob. I kinda like it. Boy says, KaStar, if you need to make a dancing gif like that torch chick on stream, but with scribbles. That would actually be really good, because that could be like an original, like, thing I could put on my streams. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to learn how to animate in what programs I have. I mean, you can animate in Clip Studio, but I've never really tried it. Yeah, look at this thing. This is by the same artist. That's funny. But okay, enough of that. The next one. Okay, do you guys want me to try and make my own fusion, or should we just stick to this website? Because I'm gonna be honest, this website has some. This site has some bangers. Like, if you guys pick 2 Pokemon, I could just type it into the site and see what we get. Boy says I would like to humbly request you draw a fusion involving Darkrai or Wooper. Ooh, actually, I've seen some Darkrai fusions and they are fucking awesome. Okay, I'll go with Darkrai, and Suki says Pikachu. Also, Killer Muffin, what's going on? You okay? Is everything okay? I mean, they're saying LeMayo in chat, so... Yeah, I'm gonna look up some Darkrai fusions. Hold up. I'm gonna move this onto my second monitor so I can actually see the chat. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Darkrai and... Boy likes the idea of a Darkrai Mimikyu, so let me see what I get with that. Darkrai Mimikyu. Go. There's not many, surprisingly. There's only 2. And the one that I think is interesting, let me get a screenshot of this. I kind of like this one too. Hold on. I might do this one next. Because I'm gonna be real with you guys. If I wanted to do my own Pokemon fusion, I feel like that would take a ridiculous amount of time because I'm very much of a perfectionist. I feel like that would be something I'd have to plan before a stream. But yeah, this little guy looks pretty cool. Look at this. I'll have to see what which artist did this, but this is a Darkrai Mimikyu fusion. Yeah, it's like a plushy Darkrai. Let's see, the artist for this one is named Katin KG. I can't really pronounce that. It is pretty cute. You guys want me to draw this one next? He's baby. Yeah, he's really cute. I like him. Sacrifice Pikachu. I like this one more. It's yeah, Raven's right. It's a puppet. It's like a puppet Darkrai. It's a baby. Okay, I'm gonna take that as you guys want me to draw this one. I'll do that. Hold on. It is very cute. Okay, real question. Would you guys be interested if I did like another art stream in the future where I just do this? I pick fusions and then draw them, because this is a lot of fun. This is actually a lot of fun. Let's see, let's put you in your own folder. Oop. Start a new folder and hide that one. There we go. Dookie says yes, so does Slime. Okay. Next time you can try making original fusions. Yeah, you know what, boy, you got a point. I could definitely take the next time I do this, I'll try original fusions, but I would definitely have to do the sketches off stream. Cause, hang on. Suki says, I gotta go. I have Halloween tomorrow. Bye. Bye, Suki. Thanks for coming to the stream. Let's see. That would be cool to have a dedicated stream to. Yes, see, the thing is, I think going forward, any art stream that I have, if I draw something like, quote-unquote, from scratch, it's gonna the sketches might have to be off stream because I spend so much time on a sketch because I'm a perfectionist, and it's not something that I'm proud of because it just takes so much time. So, okay. Alright, we're gonna do this little guy next. Let me check the music really quick, because Unfortunately, I need to use the same music because this is the only music that I can safely play on stream, and we are still good. Alrighty. So, Darkrai Mimikyu fusion. Very cute. Actually, hold up. Let's see what the name of this little guy is before I start. The name of this guy is Dark Q. Oh, that's cute! Its name is Dark Q. Oh shit, that's cute. I wish this thing was real. Like, canon, I mean. Killer Muffin says, do more fusions next stream, make it a Steven Universe fusion. I feel like that should be in the future, because right now, Killer Muffin, I'm just on a massive Pokemon kick. Raven says, to be honest, I have Fakemon and horror-based in mind. Yeah, I just haven't had time to plan any horror-based, like, streams this month. And honestly, I would have loved to play actual horror games this month, but I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm very jumpy, and I feel like playing horror games would actually probably put me in a very stressful situation. I can watch people play horror games, but playing them is a completely different story for me. So what I'm saying is I'm a massive wuss. Voice says, fun fact, Darkrai's name in English roughly translates to dark dark. Okay, let me get started here. Look at this little guy! I mean, that's just straight up Mimikyu's body. You guys can't see it, I have it on another, like, window that's not being captured, but, yeah. Slime says, have you ever played Inscription? No, but I've seen gameplay of it, and that actually sounds like a game I could get into. It's like a strategy card game with a really interesting story from what I could grasp. Boy says, I understand. I have a copy of Subnautica for the Switch because my brother got too scared to play it. I don't know if Subnautica is not even a horror game, but I don't think I could do it because I have a fear of, like, deep ocean shit. The fear of, like, there's some massive things down there, you know? No, thank you. No. Okay, stop talking. Ooh, you know what's another Pokemon that I should, like, use in a fusion? Maybe not in this stream, but in the future, is Spiritomb. Spiritomb's one of my favorites, and that Pokemon has some really sick fusions. Voice says, you cannot tell me Subnautica isn't a horror game. It's a horror game if you're afraid of the deep ocean. What's the name? What's the fear, like, that where you're afraid of deep water or the ocean? What's the name of that fear? What do they call it? Something phobia. It starts with a T, I think. Voice says, I always thought Darkrai's spiky red thing was just a jaw and he could open his chest up and reveal like a shit ton of teeth or something. Yeah, I can see that, but I guess it's just like, it's like just rule of cool design, you know? But let's be real, like there's a lot of Pokemon designs that are just, it's, the meaning behind it is just rule of cool. I need to look up a picture of Darkrai to see if I can get the face shape correct here. Let's see. Darkrai. Let's see, I want a 2D image, not a 3D image. There he is. Shrink that down so I can still see the chat. I need to get a third monitor. You know what? I should see how much, like, bigger desks are right now, because I found a boy says I gotta go. Goodbye. Alright, thanks for stopping by, boy. I really do need to get, like, a longer desk to get a third monitor. Thalassophobia. Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about, Raven. That's the fear of deep water. I think I might have that. Like, I like learning things about the ocean and what lives there, but Christ on a stick, I could not be like a deep sea diver or anything. Like, no! No, that's kind of the right length for the little guy. Alright, Darkrai's face is... It's like one side, like he has this freaking like this emo-ass, like haircut, which... I mean, his name is Darkrai. Like, why wouldn't he have an emo-ass haircut? Killer Muffin seems to be having some serious lag issues. I apologize. I don't think it's on my end though. It might be your end, so that sucks, man. I'm sorry. Kind of looks like the hair tuft is like doesn't cover the entire half of the head. Like, there's a little bit of black, like, exposed over here. I mean, it is based also on a Mimikyu, so I'm assuming the real face is here? I mean, I'm not sure what the dex entry for this thing says. Hold on. Let's see. No, it's just like it's just like a mix between. It just says actual appearance is unknown. It can lure people to sleep and make them dream. So it doesn't have like a actual customized dex entry. Let's see. Raven says, speaking of creepy Pokemon, I had my own Pokemon related weird and creepy moment on the internet back when the internet was young. What do you mean by that? Are you talking about like freaking Hypno's Lullaby or Lavender Town Syndrome or something? Could you elaborate on that? Goober pretending to be badass. Yeah, no, that's the vibe I'm getting. Now, I'm looking at the sprite and there's like these I'm definitely getting puppet on a string vibe for this sprite. Like, let me show you guys again. Like, we have, like, a little, like, puppet strings here. I don't know what this little red thing is, though. Let me look at Darkrai's artwork here. It doesn't show up on Darkrai at all, so I don't know where those little red things are. It looks like it's just... Oh, wait! If it's based on Mimikyu, it might be, like, rags? Maybe, like, patches? Maybe. But also, what's this? Wait, is this stick like holding up its little arms? I think that's a button barely holding on. Oh my gosh, a button! That would be so cute. I like that. Maybe. I think you're right. I'm gonna do that. You know what I realized? I really like trying to interpret these designs on 2D. because it reminds me, like, back when I played Pokemon on the original Game Boy, you know, the artwork on those games had to be very limited, right? Because of the storage space. So when you look at these designs, like these little pixels designs, you had to try and interpret what this thing would look like if it was, like, drawn in 2D. And I wouldn't know what the hell it would look like until I saw, like, official artwork for it, or if I saw it in the anime. And that's the same vibe I'm getting here. And again, it kind of takes me back to when I was little, and I was a huge... I watched the anime, like, religiously when I was a kid. Like, I used to fucking record the anime on VHS tapes. That should give you an idea of how fucking old I am. Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy. He thinks he's scary. Yeah, we're gonna make these into buttons. I don't know if those are actually buttons, but it could be tears, honestly, but I like the idea of it being buttons. It's a fun it's a fun thing to see an artist interpret pixel art. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Let me shrink this sketch a little bit. I need a little bit more room. I should have made a different size canvas, but this is the same canvas that was based on the last stream I did where I drew Pokemon. That's why I just grabbed it. Like, the artwork is kind of the pixel art's kind of confusing to me because, like, I don't know how the puppet strings are being held up. Like, it is, let's see what typing this thing is when it fuses. It says it's a dark fairy type. Okay, it's the same type as Mimikyu. Alright. Hold on. Just checking the chat really quick. Oh, Raven says, when I was way younger, it was somewhere between the 2000s. I was just surfing the internet for more Pokemon, content. I got into this website where Pokemon, oh wow, okay, I'm not gonna say that out loud. That's messed up. It was a website where they hated Pokemon, so they had some flash animations showing some, violence towards Pokemon. That's fucked up. Why? That's stupid. And this was back in the early 2000s? That literally, you know what that sounds like to me, Raven? It sounds like they were just being edgy for edgy's sake. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like a bunch of people that just had nothing else better to do, and they just decided to do that because they knew it might get some reactions. Like an early example of rage bait. Wow, I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna read that out loud, but that's really messed up, Raven. What the hell? Killer Muffin says, confession, I have never been into Pokemon ever since I was born. That's fine, man. I mean, Pokemon is not everyone's thing. I think Raven is like Raven mentioned how I should try out Digimon. But I'm not into Digimon. I grew up on Pokemon, so I feel like that's the thing. A lot of people that are older that are still into Pokemon, it's because they grew up on it and it was just a big part of their childhood. But there's also people that are like that with Digimon and other, like, franchises that were really popular at the time. So it's really just depends on, like, how it kind of affected you as a kid, you know? Excuse me. Sorry. Back then, celebrities like Britney Spears and Backstreet Boy hates websites with a thing. What's the point? Making an entire website just to shit on things you don't like. But then again, we have things like Twitter now, so people don't technically have to make sites anymore for that, I guess. Yeah, no, the internet is a fucking scary place, man. There are some concerning individuals on the internet. Really messed up. I still don't understand, like, this puppet string thing. I kinda wanna take the puppet strings away, honestly. To me, it doesn't really make any sense. Also, why is it only on one arm? Like, why is it just on one arm? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna not draw the puppet strings, because frankly, I don't understand it. Because I'm looking at the sprite, and it looks like there's like an invisible force keeping the puppet strings up, but the fact that it's just the one arm, it doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm just gonna go without the strings and focus on the rest of this little guy. Yeah, I've seen Killer Muffin. I've seen some really messed up like Flash games when I was younger myself. I really do think those are just like the results of people who either want to just purposely piss people off on the internet, or people that have severe issues that they need to work out. You know, preferably with a professional. Yeah, we're gonna go with this. Because I feel like, personally, I feel like the puppet strings kind of take away from it. Unless there's a legitimate reason for the puppet strings, which it doesn't say anything about in the Pokédex. Back when we were edgy. Yeah, no, it sounds to me like that stuff was just made back then for the sake of being edgy. Because the 2000s internet was, like, disgustingly edgy. That's why when I see people still try to be edgy on the internet, I'm just like, my guy, I'm sorry, but you're like 20 years too late. Gonna round this. Yeah, we gotta make this little guy more round. He looks more round in the sprite art. I kind of made the white part of his hair look like a dollop of like whipped cream or sour cream. Shit, maybe I'm just getting hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet today. I'm like, give me the baby, the little baby trying to be really like, grrr, fear me. I could see like a Mimikyu variant, like a regional variant copying like a legendary. That would be the cutest thing. It wouldn't be like the same level as a legendary, but it would try really hard to copy it. Because instead of trying to get the same recognition as Pikachu, like the regular Mimikyu, it would dress up as it just to try to look scary. Like, I'm super tough, fear me, grr. There probably is some really cool, like, fan interpretations of different Mimikyu, like, regional variants. Ravencrow says, and that parody Pokédex, which is biblically accurate beasts. I don't know what you're talking about, but I want to check that out. That sounds interesting. Hey. Hang on, what is Darkrai's little red thing around its face? Like, okay, it's not like actually, it's just doesn't, it's not really have any detail right there, so. That. Raven says, I can't find it anymore, it was a 2000s website. Ah, okay, so it's been lost to the, It's officially lost media. And it is weird to think that there's so many like old websites out there that are just lost to time because they just don't function on the current internet anymore. Like there is like websites that do whatever they can to archive stuff, but there's just stuff out there that we will never see again. Oh, that doesn't look right. You know what I've realized, and I feel like this isn't like a revelation or anything, it's just a fact. Whenever something becomes incredibly popular, there will always be people out there that hate it just for the sake of hating it. Like, they don't try to see why it's popular, they don't try to see whether it's something they would like. They just hate it because they know it gets attention. And I feel like nowadays that's literally the default of a lot of things on the internet is, oh, this thing is super popular, I'm gonna choose to hate it without actually finding out whether it's something I would like. Because again, that's what gets the clicks. That's what gets the views, that's what gets the attention. Because it's no longer about whether or not this thing is something that they would get into themselves or they try to figure out why it's so popular. They don't give a shit. They just want the clicks. They just want the 15 seconds of fame. Slime says, sorry about my absence for a moment there, internet died. It's okay. It's okay, Slime. Don't worry about it. They want to be a contrarian. That's... Actually, Slime, that's probably the best way I've ever heard someone put it. You're right. They want to be a contrarian. Okay, let me... Okay, draw the other hand, and then we'll add the... There. Let's see. Tiny angry Darkrai. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, I guess technically it's either a tiny angry Darkrai or a Mimikyu desperately trying to mimic a Darkrai. Whoops. He tiny. He tiny boy. Mm-hmm. Killer Muffin says, example being the Amazing Digital Circus, where it gained popularity and there were videos where Really? Are you serious? They also says, I hate Digital Circus too, but I don't hate it that much. That's crazy. Like, what the... No, you know what? That's a perfect example. It's like, yeah, the Amazing Digital Circus is getting popular, but why are people going out of their way to do that? Wait, I mean, I think we've already answered that question, but that's just... Yeah, no. It could very well just be there trying to get, like, people's reactions, though, because... Again, you know, hate... It's rage bait, honestly. I think it's just rage bait, right? Ravencrow says, I hate Jax, but not at that level. I feel like hating Jax is... the purpose of the character, because I've heard a lot of, I don't want to get too much into Digital Circus because like that's like, I feel like that could be a rabbit hole. But I've heard a lot of people say the next episode is going to make a lot of Jax fans very angry, so I'm really curious to see what they mean by that. I just find it really sad whenever there's something new and it becomes popular. There's always going to be people on the internet that will hate it because they just, it's just, apparently that's what gives them, it's like it's like a robot that runs on just posting rage bait and just outwardly saying how much they hate something. They must, if what they do is like legitimate and not a joke, they must have very miserable lives. Hey. I don't know, it's just, I feel like, you know, life is too short to spend your energy on hating something so trivial in the long run. You know what I mean? Like, just like, admit, like, hey, I don't like this thing, it's not my thing, so I'm just gonna ignore it. And there you go. Like, don't spend an unreasonable amount of energy hating something because you think it's gonna make you sound smarter. Alright. Alright, let's start adding color to this little guy. I want to do one more fusion after this, and it's gonna be, I want to do a fusion that I want. Like, I'm gonna pick it. I have an idea what it's gonna be, but, I mean, I have an idea what one of the Pokemon are gonna be. And if you guys don't know, if you guys, I think you guys might be able to guess what one of the Pokemon are gonna be. This is not, it's not like full on black. It's like a very dark gray. So let's see what that's gonna look like. When I post these afterwards, I need to make sure that I credit the artists. Oh. Okay, good. I can still see that. I'm gonna restart the music just so I don't forget to restart it. Hold on. There. Because I have no idea what video would play right after that. And I don't want it to be like something really loud and obnoxious. A little bit of white, the little teeny tiny white tuff. Hey, grr. The baby's trying to be tough. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. Probably erase that little black. Raven says, I'm the terror of the night, master of fright. Darkrai is like color, like the colors they pick for Darkrai is like It's really striking, and I think that's another thing that makes the character and the Pokemon's really cool. It's just it has very simple color, but because of that, it just makes it like really stand out. Especially like the really bright red and white sort of hair, I guess. Also, the really piercing blue eyes. That's always been something I've noticed. Like, the very first thing I noticed when I first saw Darkrai is like, holy crap, this thing has, like, really, really, like, cyan blue eyes. Oops. Look at it! He's trying so hard to be tough. It gives off Shadow the Hedgehog, but yeah, no, actually, holy shit, you're right. It's the same main colors as Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh my god, is that why it's like really popular? Is because it gives off? Okay, no, I don't want to start digging into that one. Killer Muffin says, me trying to scare my parents when I was 3 years old. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. It's a little kid trying way too hard to be scary. Halloween is my favorite holiday. Hold on, I need to check something. Let's see, what does Darkerai's like? I look like... Let's see... Okay. Is it a black... Hang on, is it an actual... Yeah, there is a lot. Oh, there's like a... Okay, it has like black bags around its eyes too. Okay. Yeah, we're doing that too. Whoops. Oh man, my stomach is growling. I wonder what I should have to eat. Maybe I should just order a pizza again. I've been watching my spending, so I might actually be able to afford it. There's this like local pizza shop where I live that sells really freaking good pizza, like for a fraction of the cost you would spend at Pizza Hut. Screw Pizza Hut, by the way. Their prices have gotten fucking outrageous. Like, I'm one of those people that if I can afford it, I like to shop locally. And there's just this local like hole-in-the-wall type pizza joint nearby that sells just really fucking good pizza. Raven says, white, black, red, angsty, edgy teen favorite color for their furry OCs. Oh no, you're so right! Fuck! You are truing. But, like, this little guy is more cute than edgy. Like, come on. This kinda, honestly, if it wasn't for, like... Let's be real. If you took away the eyes here and the buttons, this looks like a pre-evolution of Darkrai. It looks like a baby Darkrai. That's a very... I'm gonna... let me adjust the gray there. Let's try a little lighter. Yeah, I like that better. Raven Crow asks, how much is Pizza Hut and how much is the good pizza at, I'm guessing you're talking about the local place I just mentioned. I would say the price for, like, if I wanted to get, like, say, a large pepperoni and cheese pizza with, if you count, like, delivery costs, you're looking at almost, I'm not exaggerating here, you're looking at almost 30 bucks if you have it delivered. But you could probably get the same exact freaking pizza at the local place for about 20. Large. And you know what? The local place is better than Pizza Hut. In terms of just quality, I'm sorry. Pizza Hut can frickin' something something. I'm not gonna say it on stream. Killer Muffin says, I gotta go. I have stuff, do stuff since I've been watching stream for an hour. Bye. Alright, thanks for coming, Killer Muffin. Good to have you. And Slime says, there was an amazing pizza place where I used to live. It had the best pizza. Was it like a local place? Do you remember what the name of it was? That's the thing, like, I feel like, we're starting to realize that local, like, restaurants and places that just, you know, they don't look remarkable. It's like, you know what? It might be worth just checking them out. They might have some of the best food you've ever had, you know? Raven says, I didn't eat pizza for a long time. I prefer Domino's or Papa John's. I do like Domino's. We used to have a Domino's here where I live, but unfortunately it closed down. So the only other, like, quote-unquote mainstream pizza place we have is Pizza Hut. So, yeah, I kind of miss Domino's a little bit, but... Slime says, it might have been a small brand. It was called Yummies. I've never heard of that. That could have been a local thing. Yummies Pizza. That's actually a good name for a pizza joint. I like that. Okay, let's shade this little gremlin. This adorable little gremlin. I might, hang on, I think I might color the line around the white part, just... What if it was like a really light blue? What would that look like? Oh, I like that, actually. Raven says Papa John's has that. Is it Papa John's or Papa Joe's? Because the only Papa pizza place I know is Papa John's, but they said has a nice aroma yeast from their dough and garlic sauce and pickled jalapenos. I've never had that brand of pizza, but that's because it just doesn't exist where I live right now. I mean, I live in America, but I've never seen that particular pizza. Alright. I'm gonna stick with the light blue for the shadow and see what that looks like. That's not bad. Maybe it should be a little darker than that. What does this look like? There we go. That's better. He's just like, fear me! Fear me! Ooh, I'm gonna eat your dreams! Oh, that's a little too much right there. Let's... maybe instead, just don't add any shadows there. This? Just kind of keep it simple. Yeah, we'll just keep it simple. Raven says, we had cheaper pizza at my local place that cost $10. $10 American or $10 the currency that you use? Because I know you... I don't want to say out loud where you live if you want to keep it, like, if you want to keep it private, but I know it's not America. So I don't know if you mean $10 US currency or $10 your currency. And if it's American currency, holy shit, that's cheap. Nah. Holy crap! $10 pizza? Sign me up. Oh, things have gotten so goddamn expensive. Fuck my life. Anyway. Is this guy done already? I feel like there's something... There's really no shine to the sprite. What does the official artwork look like? There's a little teeny tiny bit of shine, not a lot. It's like very muted, so... It might actually look okay. It might actually look better with like the spray look. Yeah. Let's add a little tiny bit of shine to the buttons. Because I imagine the buttons are probably like... It almost feels like they were added on, because if this is a lot like a Mimikyu, then it would be like just a cloth, like a little doll that it found of a Darkrai. I was trying really freaking hard to try to be a Darkrai. You know what's another thing too I've thought about, but it would definitely have to be a pre-planning thing for me, is I always wanted to create my very own Pokemon, my very own Fakemon. Also, I think this is done. Yeah, this is done. I would love to make my own Fakemon, and I actually have an idea for it, but it's something that I would definitely have to plan out off stream. I don't know if I want to say what the idea is. If you guys are curious, I can tell you the idea now to get you and I to let you know what it might look like. But just post in the chat if you're interested. Otherwise, I'll keep it to myself until I actually do it. But yeah, there is what's the name of this little guy again? That is a Darkyu art designed by Katten KG. On the site fusiondex.org. I strongly recommend checking out this site because it's really cool. I could spend like an hour just looking up that shit. Hold on a second. I gotta meet with Mike. Okay. Slam says they would like to know. Ravencrow says, what's your starter Fakemon? The Fakemon I'm talking about wouldn't be a starter. It's just, I always would like to see a Pokemon or design a Pokemon based on my favorite story as a kid. Have you guys ever heard of the story of the Velveteen Rabbit? It's a really old British story from like the 1920s. Have you guys ever heard of the story of the Velveteen Rabbit? I'll give you guys a second to reply, because I need to set for the next... The next one will be the last drawing of the stream. Rex Rabbit? No, it's pronounced Velveteen. Like velvet? Velveteen Rabbit. It's a really old children's story from like the 1920s. If you guys don't know what the story of the Velveteen Rabbit is, it's essentially a story about a stuffed toy rabbit that was given to a little boy, And the boy loved the toy rabbit so much that by the end of the story, the rabbit just wished it was real because it was loved so much, and the wish was granted. That's like the very short version of it. There's more details to it. But the idea of the story was like how, as you love something so much, like a toy or a plushie, that as a kid, to you it felt real because it's so important to you. And it's the concept is like how love can make you feel seen or wanted. And that story just stuck with me as a kid. There was like a 1980s animation made for it too. You can find it on YouTube for free. But I always thought, what, that would be a really cute concept for a Pokemon. And I would imagine that it would be like, it might start as a normal type, but its evolution would go to a fairy type, because there is a fairy in the story. But I want to take elements from that story and make a Pokemon out of it. I just think it would be kind of cool, and it would be a cool little side project for me, just to kind of get my the creative juices flowing. Hold on, I need to take a drink of water. Also, the way the Pokemon would evolve would be through friendship, which friendship could also translate to loving something so much, you know, because it's just super important to you. So it kind of has like a Sylveon vibe to it. Hang on. Oh, just up for too long. Okay. We're gonna be looking for the very last fusion, and this one is gonna be one that I choose. Okay. Raven says, I thought it was Rex Rabbit because Rex Rabbits have velveteen-like fur. Maybe that's what it's based on, because it's just a stuffed rabbit with velveteen fabric for fur. If you met my Butter, you know. Yeah, I know who Butter is. Didn't Raven, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't I once draw a picture of Butter for you? Years ago, as a commission? Because I do remember Butter. Yeah. Okay, where is... I'm trying to remember. I know what the first Pokemon is going to be for this fusion. I'm trying to think what the second one should be. Give me a moment. What's this? Da 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 da. Okay, what about this one? Ooh, I mean, this feels very fitting for the last one. Okay, I'm gonna do a screenshot of this, and I will show you guys what I'm going to draw for the very last one. There's a lot of, like, variants for, like, the very first Pokemon that I'm thinking of, but like I said, this is gonna be the last one for the stream. And let's see, close that tab out. Okay, so if you guys guess that the first Pokemon of this fusion is a Jirachi, ding 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 ding, you're right. And the second one... Motherfucking Starmie! A Jirachi Starmie fusion. It's called Jimie. Jimie, and the artist is named The Black Boots. And there is a Pokédex entry for this. It says, many devious sorts sought to poach Jimmy, believing its core held wishes granting powers. As a result, it rarely is seen in the wild and binds those who find it with spectral flashes so it may flee. And it's a steel psychic type, like Jirachi. Sounds like the name of a J-pop male singer! But yeah, I'm gonna go with this because, yeah. Also, I mean, Starmie and Staryu is one of the inspirations of my character Aster, so. Also, I really like the color on this, like, Starmie body shape too. Sounds like the name of a J-pop singer. That's funny. By the way, I've been playing a shit ton of Pokemon ZA, and I'm gonna be honest, I like it. I like the game. It's fun. I like it. If you're a fan of Pokemon and you're kind of on the fence with ZA, if you have a Switch 1, just get, like, the Switch 1 version, because it honestly runs just fine. But I've had a lot of fun with it. I like that that for the first time, they tried, like, a real-time battle system. It's good. I like it. Interactions with the NPCs are interesting. But I mean, the fact that, like, you can take your Pokemon out and they follow you around the city is really good. They've done that before, but now it's in, like, 3D and it's done really well. I mean, like, they've done it in other games, but this one it's very smooth. And just before the stream, I was playing the game and I had my Starmie running around with me, and it's just like, oh, this is awesome! Fuck yeah! I love this! Anyway, sorry. Ravencrow says a lot of this fan design Mega Starmie, some people redesign looks like Ultraman. The funny thing is, Mega Starmie's design is related to, like, shows like Ultraman and, like, stuff like that. It's supposed to, like, look like a man in a suit. And there's a lot of, like, star-shaped aliens from Japanese culture that look like that. And Mega Starmie is just a reference to that. Oh, you can tell I've been talking for over 2 hours. Alright, let's get started. Because after this, I gotta get going. See. Patrick Star in long boots. Yeah. I wonder, it really does make me wonder if the designers at Pokemon were aware of that meme or of that character when they made Starmie. I feel like they probably were aware of it after the fact. You know? I don't know if I've ever, because I don't know how well known SpongeBob is in Japan, you know? At least in terms of the memes. I'm desperately trying to get my hands on Mega Starmie in my game too. I want it. I need it on my team in ZA. Also, fun fact. For those that don't understand how Pokemon stats work in the game, Starmie is historically Starmie in the past is known as what they call a special attacker, meaning in Pokemon, like, you have attack, defense, speed, HP, but then you have something called special attack and special defense. Which is essentially, like, I guess the best way to put it is, like, the magical attacks, like, attacks that where you don't have to make contact with the other Pokemon, but you can just attack from far away. Excuse me. Starmie has been known to be a special attacker, a glass cannon special attacker. But get this! When it fucking mega evolves, it becomes a physical attacker. Which is funny to me. Because imagine seeing a Mega Starmie running at you in like a dark alleyway. Just ready to mess you up. Like, it doesn't have to be far away from you anymore. It's just gonna come after you because it's got the fucking legs to do it now. I'm sorry. For people that hate the design, I understand why, but at the same time, it's like, you guys don't understand. It's genius. It's genius. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, by the way, what's up with that curry croissant scene? It's just like one of the characters have like, here, I came up with this, it's curry, it's like fucking croissants mixed with curry because it's like my brainchild and like, okay. That looks like struggle food to me, dude. Slime says that police officer from Cloudy with Chance of Meatball running gif. Also, Ravencrow says Mega Starmie run reminds me of Majora Mask second form. You are right. You are so right. It does remind me of that, doesn't it? Like, it's a really weird, like, funny run, but yeah, holy crap. Fucking Mega Starmie, man. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ravencrow says people can't handle Japanese weirdness. It's Japanese pop culture, man. Like, I feel like every culture like that has access to the internet and a lot of like just like media and entertainment, they're gonna have their own like quote unquote weird culture. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you know what? If I don't remember who mentioned it in one of my past streams, but somebody said that I should do a drawing of Aster dressed up as Jirachi, and honestly, it would be similar to this, but it would look. You could tell that it was a costume and not a fusion, and like the eye, Aster would still have its eye, their eye, like. Yeah, that. Oh, God. Right. Ravencrow says, Doraemon has an episode of him wearing an alien star costume. It reminds me of that as well. Yeah, again, Starmie, Staryu, and Mega Starmie are just steeped in Japanese, like, pop culture. So, once you understand that, it makes perfect sense. That's why when I see people losing their minds over Mega Starmie and they're like, I don't get it, it's stupid, Starmie should be this, Starmie should be that. Like, yeah, those are cool ideas for Mega Starmie, but the design for Mega Starmie just makes sense. Like, I think its deck secretary is something along the lines of that it tried something, the deck secretary says something about how it grew legs to make it look more human-like because it might be trying to communicate with humans. That's what the deck secretary says, something like that. And I'm like, ah, because the Pokemon is believed to have come from space because it's an alien. God, I don't know how some streamers like play streams for fucking 10, 12 hours at a time, because I feel like I would lose my voice if I did that on the regular. This is also very perfectly chill music for this. Me likey. Ravencrow asks, by the way, how tall is Aster? Like, I would say, like, no joke, like a foot tall. They're very tiny. They're like 12 inches tall. They baby. Also, they have the ability to float, so they can walk, but they can float around, like hover, because of the gem on their back. Just like what I drew for you. Yeah, that's why, it's funny you mentioned that, Raven, because when I saw those sketches, I'm like, oh, they got the size right. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Yeah, I always pictured Aster as just super small. fell apart. Whoops. Ah. Hey. Sorry I'm not talking too much. I'm kind of trying to give my voice a rest. Face. Like, the design around Starmie's crystal has always kind of tripped me up. Also, like, the crystal's not perfect, but then again, I don't want to spend too much time just on one part of the Pokemon. Oh, that's a little better. That's a little better. It'll probably look better. I'm also kind of like not going exactly by how the sprite looks, because I guess I'm just kind of I'm drawing this very similar to how I draw Aster because of the body shape. It's just the thing around the crystal is really trying to keep it as, I guess, as long as it's like it translates well. I mean, I did kind of change the other ones that I drew too, so like an interpretation. Nope. Okay. It is really similar to just regular Staryu. It's, whoops. It's the color and the, like, the little, it's the color and the little strings, the little things around its arms, I guess you could say. But for some reason, it really works out. Because, I mean, like, what else could you possibly do if you took Starmie's body and mixed it with a different Pokemon, you know? I mean, you could go really crazy, though, because, like, similar to, like, the Mega Starmie, fan designs that I've seen online. Raven says, I always wondered the common sense of humans in Pokemon Universe or Game Freak when they introduce an evil Pokemon like a Malamar as a marketable plushie. I mean, Malamar isn't the only Pokemon that you can consider to be evil. There's some Pokemon out there that would absolutely mess you up. Malamar is just like one of the latest ones. Man, now that I'm looking at this, it really is just regular Starmie with like the little tassels. But you know what? Again, it's the color that I really like, so. Yeah, dangerous Pokemon for kids to train. I'd imagine, like, in the Pokemon world, Malamar would be one of those Pokemon that would be, like, banned from children getting anywhere near it. Like, only really, like, hardcore Pokemon trainers would want a Malamar. And they would have to understand the risks. Excuse me. Because let's be real, there's a lot of things in Pokemon that don't make any goddamn sense. Slime says, do you think the Pokemon version of the Mandela effect would be called the Malamar effect? Yes, that's good. That's a good one. Mega Malamar's design is pretty sick, I'll admit. I don't know what its like stats are though, because if you look at its, well, no, I take that back. His stats compared to other Megas are not that great, so it makes me wonder what kind of ability it has. I haven't ran into it yet in my game. Like usually when you get a Mega, their stats get like, they get extra like points in their stats. Not sure if I'm using the right term. And they become like stupid strong. But Malamar's stats are a little weird. So I'm guessing maybe there's certain abilities it gets when it Mega Evolves, you know? I'll have to look into it. like a gray color. Hang on. Oh, it is. It's a very light gray color. Wow. Raven says my OC Ludwig would befriend Malamar though. Okay. How do I want to shade this? I think I'm gonna need like separate colors for this. It reminds me of a banana. Space banana. Nanner, 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 nanner. What is this gonna? Oh yeah. It looks like Starmie trying to cosplay as Jirachi. It really is, isn't it? But I still like it. Like, I can still see this as a fusion because, again, how do you... I mean, how do you change Starmie's body to where you can still tell it's a Starmie shape? They just changed the colors and added little tassels, and then you could tell that it's also a Jirachi. Because there wasn't a lot of other variants of this on the website. This is the one that popped up. I want to do something. Where's this up? Oh yeah, I like that. Maybe do that with all the lines. Whoops. Okay. I think I'm gonna go crazy with the shine on this one. I definitely could have done better on the crystal, but I feel like if I really focused on that, I'd be here for another hour. I'll make it. Go ahead, make him a star. He's already a star. Oh, actually, he's even more of a star. Alright. Now, do I actually... Maybe if we go with a more orange color for that line? Let's... Bright orange. Oh yeah, there we go. It's a metaphor. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, this is what I said earlier, how colored lines can really make a drawing pop. And I think that's, like, necessary for this particular design. It kind of almost gives off like a glowy like effect. I'm gonna like add shine. I'm gonna shine the hell out of this thing. Whoopsie. Yeah, look at that. Just coloring the lines just makes it look like it looks like it's almost like it's like glowing a little bit. Okay. Now for the crystal. I want something darker than that. Might actually change the lines inside the crystal so that they're more visible. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the color. It's gonna have to be really dark. It's like a really dark blue. Okay. Oh shit, that ain't the right color. And that. Trying to make it actually look like a gem. Actually, that's not bad for the start of it. Gonna this. Again. Oh, it's... Usually I would have a reference to how to do gemstones. I am just winging it right now. I am pretty much just doing what looks cool. One flash of color. This. I don't know if that's too much. I think that looks pretty good. Because I'm not doing any soft shading, I'm keeping it all like solid block shading. Without like really overdoing it. We're gonna use the same layer of that. You think it's turquoise or aquamarine gem color? I mean, I'd have to see the colors side by side, but if I had to take a guess, I'd say aquamarine. Oops, that is the wrong layer. Yeah, I'm taking a little bit more time with this one because I feel like if I don't add a little bit more, like, excuse me, attention to the color, it's gonna look too flat. So, I'm trying to give the sprite art a little bit of justice. I mean, not saying it's bad, the sprite art is awesome, but this is, I'm drawing this in 2Ds. Okay. Little spot there. Oh, I see. Okay, and now we do the gray part. It's a little too much. Might work. Might not for that spot. Let's just do that. There we go, that's better. Oh. That's too much. Just enough to just give it a little bit of depth. There. I'm full on like super focused on this right now. Gosh, it's almost like because I really like this fusion. Right now, let's. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start doing the shit. Gosh. Wow, it's almost been 3 hours. Damn. Thank you for anyone that's still in the chat while I finish this up, by the way. You guys are awesome. That's not the right. No worries, it's been a good time. Thanks, thanks, Slime. Here's that. I haven't been labeling these layers, and I'm starting. There's way more layers for this fusion than there are the other ones. Because the other ones were a lot more simple compared to this one. I have not colored like this in a really long time. I just realized that. Let's see. Okay, now do the... This is definitely almost done. That's... No, there's no crease there. Oh. I just need to do the little tassels and that'll be good. Actually. Alright, let's... You know what? Like... Wait a minute. Should I add a little... Let's see what this looks like if I do this. I'm curious. Ooh, that's a nice little... Yeah, because I would imagine like the texture on the little paper things here might be different than the rest of Starmie, so... Little bit of a blend. It actually looks really kind of similar to how the coloring is, like, back in Gen 1, only it was made with, like, I think it was made with markers. Yo, I am done. Look at that. Oh, I really like how that one turned out. Once again, the name of the artist that designed this fusion is called The Black Boots. And I will be definitely, like, when I post this stuff, I'll give credit to every one of these artists. But yeah, I am done. It's been 3 hours. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Thank you all for coming today. I probably am either going to make something to eat or order a pizza because I don't feel like... Actually, yeah, pizza sounds good. I don't feel like cooking. Okay, before I go, I just want to mention too, like, if any of you guys are willing and able to help out with the capture card, you can still donate even when I'm not streaming. You just have to click the little link, below in the description if you guys don't know about that. But I don't think I've ever mentioned it. Also, this Sunday, hang on, Slime says, great job on all the drawings. Thank you. I liked every one of them. It's like, I want to do more of these fusion streams again, and I think it's also a good way to find, like, the really cool different pixel arts from all these artists, because, holy shit, man, I couldn't do pixel art. That's so much more, like, that is a really, like, detailed form of, like, art. Anyway, as I was saying, Sunday I will be playing, for the first time, I will be streaming Pal World, because I figured I'm still in the Pokemon mood, but since I can't play, like, any official Pokemon games on stream, I figured I would play the, I guess the best knockoff Pokemon game currently? I don't know. I've played a lot of Pal World before, so I'm not sure if I'll start a new save and just kind of, you know, goof around or what, but that's what will be happening on Sunday. My bane of the existence. I'm guessing, Raven, you don't like Pal World? Best game getting sued by Pokemon, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, Pal World ain't perfect. It's full of bugs, but it's still fun to play, you know? I still enjoy it. Plus, you can totally, like, adjust the settings in that game to, like, get ridiculous amount of experience. So you could, like, speedrun that game and just kind of mess around, you know? Anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing on Sundays. So, thank you all for coming today. This was a lot of fun, and I'll definitely be doing more, like, Pokemon Fusion streams in the future. It really does, when it's, like, something I'm really into, it helps me just kind of focus and kind of lock in. Anyway, again, thank you all for coming, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. See ya!